you've had a really young room the last few years, but now that they're gaining some experience and guys have a few years under their belt. What's the transition that you've seen as they this time of year in particular?
Just them becoming more of a professional, right? To me, it's like, all right, the off season you're gonna grind and work, and a lot of them gonna spend way too much money on some of these professionals, right? But I just want to see you grow in the classroom. That's the big part for me. Like, become more of a professional, be more of a craftsman, but in your prep work. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I want to see. Like, I expect you to get better, right? Learn the offense better. But just it's the little things for me that I feel like at this point in time where you need to grow.
Is that what rookies maybe don't understand coming in?
Rookies, it can be second year guys. Like, to me, I'm all a believer. Like, if you get a rookie receiver and he flourishes in his first year, then that's a bonus, right? Like, I think it's going to take you 3 years or so, 2.5 years before that guy actually understands his role, understands the offense, understands how to be a professional. You know what I mean?
Did
So,
it take you that long?
no question. Even though I felt like I should have been there day one, but that may not, it may not have been the right move for me. You know what I mean? But I feel like in the third year for me, I was like, all right, get out of my way. I got it.
What do you see? We talked to Alex about the next step in his. Where do you see his room to grow?
All over the board, right? Like, there were certain things where, as a staff and even as Alec, that he felt like he needed to work on certain routes, So now it's like, all right, let's keep what you're great at, right? Let's just keep making sure we're keeping that sharp. And then the stuff we need to work on, let's hammer in on it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what this time is for him, just run certain routes that he always kind of struggled with in the past, so that way, if I'm Alec, right, my mission would be we shouldn't need to swap and have Pitt run it. I can run it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like, for me, that would be my goal if I'm Alec, and he's working on that.
Do you guys have that versatility in the offense where you can swap roles like that?
Oh, yeah, we do, right? I think that's probably in all offenses, right? Especially when you got, I'm not saying it happens here, but it just happens naturally everywhere. Like when you get a receiver that's kind of like your guy, and he's not getting enough looks. So you'd be like, all right, shut up, go over there and run that route, and so we can get you the ball and then go back to your normal position. So it's like, I think every team has that flexibility where you can move guys all around, and some guys run routes better than others in certain cases. So yeah, we got that flexibility, and but I do believe that all our guys are pretty solid at running whatever we throw at them.
How have you seen AD come back?
Hey, man, listen. AD look good, man. We hadn't had an argument yet, so that's a bonus. Yes, that's a bonus. So, but he's looked good. He's come in. He's slim, right? Looks like he's been working out, which is good. His attention to detail is even better, right? So that's what you want to see, right? You want to see him grow each year. Yeah, man, he looks good.
The fact that he was able,
like a step he needed to take, like all young players.
Well, I just think all young players, that's what it is, right? It's one of those things where, it even happened to myself. Like, when you feel like you're not involved the way you want to be, you kind of turn to a little baby, right? And I'm an example of that, right? So, but then it's like that next step is like, all right, let me learn my role, right? Let me focus on the things that I can control, right? And move from there. And he's backing up Alec right now. You can't throw Alec away. Alec just had a great year. You know what I mean? So it just coming in, understanding what's going on, understanding your place. But when your number is called, let's make sure that we get a home run, not just a base hit.
the fact that he was able to get open as routinely as he did as a rookie, what did that show you?
That he's exactly who we drafted, like a guy that can constantly get open. A guy that's he's a threat whenever, especially when it's man to man, right? We just gotta the next step is right, finishing catches, right, making sure you get on the same page with the quarterback, right. But nah, man, I think our room is. I think we spread it pretty evenly. Like everybody contributes a certain way, but different from everybody else. You know what I mean? So, you know, we got JD in the middle, right? You got Pitt, who is our Iron Man, right? You got Alec, who can go deep. AD can do a little bit of everything. So it's like, I think we got a good mixture of guys. We got guys in the bullpen, right, that can come in and half in the past that can contribute. So I like where we're at.
Reg, when we talked to you, I don't know, I guess several years now, you didn't know how long you'd be doing this, coaching. Now, X amount of years into it, why are you still doing it? What do you love about it?
See, I try not to think about it. You know, here you go bringing it up. You know, it's a cycle. It's like that. It's like that Christmas gift that keeps on giving, right? It's that whatever that pie or cake it is, whatever I don't know what it is, that just keeps going and going. Like I feel like if I dip, I feel like I'm letting dudes down, you know, and that's never going to end, right? So I don't know, man. I just go with the flow. As long as my kids at home telling me I'm good, I keep rocking. But my kids, that'll be the main reason why I dip.
Reggie, when you have a quarterback competition within an offense, what is the responsibility or the task for your guys to help put each of those quarterbacks in a position to succeed or show as much as what needs to be shown?
This is what I'll tell. I mean, right now it's in the air, right? So you don't know who that guy's going to be. So, like, I tell him, hey, do whatever you got to do. And for me, it's not even about the football stuff. I'll be going to the movies with him. I'll be going bowling with him. I'll be doing all the other stuff. That's how I feel like I will win over. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes, right? I told him the other year, you know, last year, whatever. I said, hey, somebody ought to buy Anthony Richardson like some Pampers, right? Like find out whatever leverage you can get to become that guy, you know, with that quarterback. But you know, they think I'll be playing, but I'll be dead serious, you know. But no, those guys just constantly working with him. Doing whatever extra, right? Just finding a way just to get that edge and help those guys out. Those guys are still trying to, you know, find their way, right? Especially Daniel, right? He's still trying to figure out what guys can do, and certain guys can, you know, can do this or that. But one thing they're doing a good job of is just doing extra, staying back, right? Whatever those guys need, film study or whatever, and just being there. No, you know, when they leave, that's when you leave.